This time on Secrets from a Stylist.
Right now it's a total blank canvas, nothing's happening.
We just use it for soccer.
They have their TV room, they have their game rooms. This would be for the grown-ups. This combination I'm gonna call modern, European, traditional. Very old school and traditional. I'm raising the roof about this, but I want it way more relaxed and a little updated.
Oh, that is stunning.
Do you wish your home had the style you see in magazines? Meet Emily Henderson, an HGTV Design Star winner and professional stylist for more than 10 years. Now she's bringing her secrets for great style into homes like yours.
How pretty is this color?
She determines each homeowner's style,
I like this one.
then decorates the room layer by layer.
Wow.
Are you looking for a room that's uniquely you? Then what you need is Secrets from a Stylist.
Sue, this is your grand living room.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. How long have you guys lived here?
8 months.
8 months? What's the ultimate function?
Somewhere where friends and family can hang out and we can entertain.
This isn't like your laying around family room. It's more geared towards maybe adults. And you can be in there.
Not stuffy.
Not stuffy. The fireplace is pretty beautiful as far as like it's big and grand and you have one.
But no, we don't love it. Do you love it?
I'm just confused. Like this is strange to me why it was like, it looks like it was just like shoved on top. Do you know what I mean?
We didn't really know what to do with it. We kind of just painted it white.
What do you guys like about this room?
I love the beams. I love the windows. What do you like, Liam? Emily.
I like you too.
I like our couch.
I love your sofa.
That's my favorite.
It's awesome. It's like I want to go take a nap right now. Would that be weird? I mean, you kind of need everything functionally and stylistically. Right now it's a total blank canvas, nothing's happening.
We just use it for soccer and catch.
That's hilarious. That looks like a pretty good soccer goal for sure. Josh and Kareen, welcome to your Style Diagnostic. I am going to ask you a bunch of questions, and then based on your answers, I'm going to figure out what style you are. Neckwear. Josh, if you were to buy a scarf for Kareen, what scarf do you think that she would like the most?
I'd have to choose this one.
It's a little like Jackie O in a cute way, you know? What one would you pick? I knew you were gonna pick that one, by the way. It's just like simple blue and white stripe.
Yeah, it's simple and classy, yet earthy at the same time.
All right, Kareen, what tie would you buy Josh?
Maybe this one. It has stripes in it, but they're not too loud.
Okay.
I was actually torn between these. I do like those simple patterns
Okay.
on the ties.
I think that they're fairly understated. It's just I'm a classic stripe. But I think that the colors maybe make it a little bit more contemporary. Okay, I want you to pick the rug that you think would fit best in your new living room.
I'm leaning towards this one.
Okay.
I like the pattern, the colors. I like it a little more if it was a little more muted like that.
Josh, which one would you choose?
If I had to choose, I'd probably choose that one.
That's easy, that's great. Josh, if you were gonna have a tea party in your new living room, what teapot would you be serving from?
Probably this one, the blue.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I like that it's simple. I like the color scheme and ceramic aspect of it.
Are you sure you wouldn't pick this guy? All right, Kareen, what is your teapot?
I kind of like this one.
I knew you were gonna choose that.
I like that it's iron. It's heavy. I like the design of it. It's simple and pretty.
Josh, are you over tea party
I
conversation?
learned more than I ever thought I would.
Josh and Kareen, the point of the Style Diagnostic is to find out what combination of styles is unique to just you, so that way your living room will be the only living room that's ever looked like this in the history of time.
Awesome.
In general, all of the things that you guys were drawn to were old world, traditional, European bent, kind of worn, washed, warm, earthy. But there is a part of you that is slightly more updated and modern. I just mean that in a more contemporary way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay? That doesn't scare you.
No.
I mean, I didn't know I had contemporary in me, but I liked what I liked.
But think about how you dress. Think about like the rest of your lifestyle. It's not particularly old world, you know?
Definitely not.
Okay, so the combination of this old world with this slight contemporary bent, I'm gonna call modern European traditional. There's gonna be a lot of things that are antique and worn and rustic and warm and earthy, but with more of a contemporary bent, a little more on trend, a little more you guys. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the big goal of the day. I need some pieces that are huge for this huge living room, and I need them to be aged and feel old world. So I'm in an architectural salvage store that has a lot of pieces that are old built-ins or old features from houses that were destroyed, and now they're for me to buy. This guy is pretty beautiful. It looks like it has a lot of integrity and authenticity. It needs to be cleaned up certainly, but nothing that a palm sander and some oil can't do, and it's gonna add so much character into the space. And I'm loving the different wood tones. You know, you might think, but wait, we need to strip it all and stain it all the same color. I say no, because that's what gives it so much like unique character. Only I needed an old bathtub. I mean, she is old. Now remember, that sofa is massive, it's 9 feet long, and the room is really big, so I need a coffee table that will help the whole room relate to each other. This coffee table, which is massive, it is super beat up, but what I love about it is that it does have kind of these European curvy lines to it. It's not like super modern or anything. And then I would actually even leave a lot of this paint, as long as it's sealed, so it's not like chipping, you know, every day. It will actually be really beautiful, and the age will add a lot of integrity to the piece.
Coming up,
He's a nice guy.
It's a big boy. How to keep a monster of a sofa from dwarfing everything else in your home.
this is Josh and Kareen's grand room.
We just use it for soccer.
The combination of this old world with contemporary, I'm gonna call modern European traditional.
Now it's time to bring their personal style into their space. The grand room is grand. A huge sloping ceiling with beams, beautiful windows, and a fireplace. But besides their sofa, it really is a blank slate.
Modern European traditional, what that means to me is a lot of washed linens, worn woods, really warm, inviting, earthy, aged pottery. Stuff that feels very old school and traditional, but I want it way more relaxed and a little updated. All right, so we have this big Chesterfield in washed linen. Then I'm thinking 2 big cabinets like this. Something will bring a lot of height to it. They have this like massive ceiling that's really pretty, and your eye is already drawn up there, so I want to add a really, really big chandelier that will bring some formality into the room. Wingbacks, extremely traditional shaped chairs. I have 2 of them that I'm having reupholstered in a blue similar to this color. Everything is gonna feel very warm, earthy, and neutral, but then I wanna punch it up with a couple accent walls. Ochres, yellows, and cornflower blue. It's gonna have a lot of depth and a lot of richness without a lot of flash. I wanted the fireplace to feel older than it is and to feel warmer and just be more inviting, so I wanted to experiment with it, and it's just experiment gone awry. I just wish that it looked slightly less faux. Ultimately, fauxing things is really difficult, and that's why there's people that are like experts at it. If it was really aged, it would have some other tones in there. It looks pink, it looks bright. If we get rid of the grout, it does bring in a new tone. It brings in a much darker gray tone. Let's bring in the furniture because that will make me happy,
Okay.
and then we can play with this later.
Okay. We're bringing you 1/4 of a giant cabinet.
Look how good it looks with the floor. It looks like it was made for this house.
It looks like a built-in. All right, we're gonna go get the other 14 pieces.
I have this huge double cabinet situation. I'm loving how it's filling that space immediately, and since it's so warm, it's bringing a lot of that like old world European into the room. I think it looks pretty awesome. It definitely grounds this wall, and if we put the sofa here, then it's a nice something with height behind it.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm
This is-
raising the roof about this. It's a heavy rug.
Yeah, these colors are very pretty though.
There's a lot of silk in this rug, so that's why it's so reflective. It looks very rich. This is what people refer to when they talk about French shabby chic.
And it's this beautiful warm color. The old white paint is turned kind of yellow, which goes with the rug. Not too
I
sad
love
like
a wingback. I feel so regal. We have blue wingbacks, blue in the rugs, blue drapery, and then like pops of like maybe like a blue pillow and some books. So having blue over there will, I think, make everything make sense. And I do think we have enough of this earthy, yellowy ochre, you know, with the rug and the table that I think we might be good to go. How do you keep a sofa that's this big from making everything else feel very, very small, especially in a space this big? Well, the answer is to put something even bigger behind it. So a piece like this, while it's not like it's that small of a piece compared to the sofa, it's teeny and it's throwing the whole scale of the room off. By choosing a piece that's not only as wide but a lot higher, it makes the sofa feel a lot more proportioned to the room, and everything now feels in scale.
Coming up,
So you have a beautiful feature fireplace. How do you style it to give it the attention that it deserves?
Josh and Kareen's grand room really is an empty room. So Emily figured out their style,
Very modern European traditional.
has brought in the major pieces,
Not too
I
sad
love
like
a
that.
wingback. I feel so regal.
and it's now time to style. Starting with the windows.
This living room has a massive wall of windows, so I need to address the window treatments as well as the hardware. I want it to feel formal, but at the same time, kind of relaxed. At the same time, budget friendly. This is a French pleat. It is really traditional. What I like about it is that it's very formal, very serious. What I don't like about it is that it actually takes up a ton of yardage because you have to accommodate for all of this pleating up here. So it's not quite as budget friendly because it takes up about 3 times the yardage that a normal flat panel would. So a flat panel like this actually gives you a lot more yardage for the same amount of money. At the same time, it's still formal, it's still floor-length drapery. It's just cheaper and slightly more relaxed. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I have this blue fabric that I want to use as dummy panels. Now, dummy panels are basically just flat panels you can't actually move. They're just there to frame out the window and to add something decorative and formal. Then what I'm thinking is I have this handkerchief linen that's, I mean, it's so gauzy, it's so pretty. So I'm thinking I can put that behind it, and then this will go open and close like that. It's better.
Definitely better.
What he did is just wash it with like really, really watered down black paint.
I like where there's some texture and some visual interest that doesn't look like paint strokes.
And the blue looks awesome. It's a very approachable color. The chandelier is pretty. I mean, the scale of it in this room is perfect.
I love that it's huge, and it actually is my new favorite thing in the room.
Do you want to start bringing in the accessories and we can style this place?
Yeah, let's style the heck out of this place.
Yes!
So what's the key? Are you trying to make sure that there's some sort of like upward movement toward the right?
Exactly. At the same time, all of this is feeling very sculptural, so maybe what we need is a piece of art here, and then yeah, maybe we should do that. Thank you. That's a pretty color, and I like it with the blue chairs down there. Let's start this drapery situation because it's kind of a beast.
I'm excited to see what the valance looks like.
Bring in the valance. It's fun. I've never done such like a formal window treatment before.
Can I put this down?
Yes. These turned out really pretty. Just like diffuses the light. It just kind of softens everything. Biggest style decisions for drapery are whether you want to go with something very formal or something really casual. Now, for this particular house, I want to do a combination of both of those. When Karine did the style diagnostic, she chose really gauzy scarves, so I knew that she was into that kind of organic fabric look. I chose some fabric that's actually really gauzy and loose and airy, but I had it lined like traditional drapery. I didn't stop there. I wanted to add another layer of depth and texture. This is like, oh, it's almost cheesecloth. It's so thin. It's just handkerchief cotton. And by adding this, I brought in a lot of the relaxed and casual look. Then you need to decide whether you want it to puddle or skim or kiss the floor. For instance, I've chosen basically it just skims the floor. For a more dramatic and romantic look, you could puddle your drapery. It falls on the floor and there's a lot of extra fabric down there, around 10 or 12 inches. So it just looks really romantic and it billows. But it can also be slightly annoying if you have kids or cats because they can trip on it. So that's why I didn't do that in this situation. I'm loving how all these old pots are giving the brick and the wood some authenticity. It's making them look like they're old too, even though they're not. All right, so you have this massive, beautiful fireplace feature wall. What do you put on it that gives it the attention that it deserves? Well, think big and think vertical. This space is super tall, so if I put something like this on it, it doesn't do anything for the space. Even if I hung it up here like this, it's way too small. There's still all this leftover space up there. I need something that's way more in scale with the fireplace and that fills more of this vertical space. This piece is perfect because it's old and has a lot of character, just like the fireplace. But since it's so vertical, it now draws your eye up and the fireplace has the attention that it deserves.
Coming up,
Oh my God.
It's
amazing.
Crazy, huh?
I love it.
what to do with Josh and Karine's grand room. First, Emily figured out their style,
Modern, European, traditional.
Great.
All right.
then got to work turning this room into a space that's unique to the Rubels.
And open your eyes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that is stunning. Oh my God. Oh, look at the fireplace. That is unbelievable. I
In
love
shot,
it.
but It's amazing.
Crazy, huh?
I love it.
You have a massive chandelier now, much better lighting, and
beautiful.
2 new sconces. And we got a massive Persian rug. Tonal, tried to keep it in the same color family as that you guys wanted.
A wrought iron chandelier was hung, and a long valance and curtains in a soft blue chambray covered the entire window wall. A cream and blue Persian rug came in, and a huge rustic built-in cabinet was placed against the far wall. Its height helps balance the fireplace across the room and will keep the sofa from looking monstrous. Then came in a huge, oversized coffee table, which helps connect both sides of the conversation area.
There's just so much to look at. I love it. It's just gorgeous.
I really like the mantle.
Oh,
What you
good.
did with all that.
They built these shelves across because before it was totally blank and it was kind of a functionless space. And now with the shelves, you can, we can have all these like beautiful aged pots, whereas before there's really no place for them.
It's great. I love it.
Josh and Kareen hated their fireplace, so the brick was whitewashed to bring down all the purple tones. The mantle was changed out for a thick slab of wood to give it a more visual weight, and chunky shelves were added to the nook next to the fireplace. A large mirror layered behind a tall architectural piece on the mantle draws the eye up to the tall ceilings. Firewood and a handful of very large ceramic vessels help fill the nook next to the fireplace while providing big impact.
All right, so come and check out your new rustic cabinets. They're pretty awesome because they're good storage at the same time. Like, I think they're just so old and pretty and have so much character. And then up top, we have some sculptures and I love that old oil painting. I think it's so pretty.
It's gorgeous. I love that painting.
How are you guys doing about the color factor?
I think it's perfect.
It's beautiful. I love it.
The wall opposite the windows was painted a soft blue. Then a vintage buffet to serve as a credenza was brought in. A painting was hung above, styled with a sculptural horse lamp, concrete bust, books, and flowers. On the left came a tufted bench with a vintage map above it. Then came a small side table with a ceramic lamp, and the whole vignette was styled in contemporary European traditional.
The legs, I just noticed the legs.
They're intense, like they're like lion's feet. So, does it feel like old world Europe in here a little bit?
Yes, it does, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's like a slightly more contemporary version of that. How do you think the kids are gonna feel?
I think that they're gonna be super excited.
Can you see yourself actually having like people over and entertaining now?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, maybe I could.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's just so filled, It's just, it's great.
It's such a warm room.
Yeah, it's
Just
warm,
beautiful.
inviting.
Because before, you had a sofa,
Yeah.
so
That's it.
there was a big way up to go, basically.